Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well in these unusual times. Today I'd just like to pop on and talk a little bit about progressed chart lunation phases involving the moon. So for those of you who don't know what a progressed chart is, it's how the planets progress on from our natal blueprint, our natal chart when we are born, as you may remember. The position of the planets are imprinted on our energy field, creating, in my view, our Akashic record in pictorial form and depicting our life plan, as it were. But the progress chart shows the planets gradually progressing forward around the zodiac. And how fast they move, how many degrees ahead they move, depends on the actual speed of the planet. For example, the Sun takes roughly 1 degree a year to move forward. So it won't move around the whole chart in your lifetime, because that would take about 360 years. But it will progress gradually into a different sign, and as long as you live to old age, possibly may cover around 3 signs. But wanted today to talk about the moon, which moves much faster. So the moon actually moves a degree forwards every month. So in the space of 360 months or 30 years, it will move around the chart once. So in a lifetime, it will have around 2 to 3 journeys around the chart from where it started. Forgive me for the noise, hence raw video. So as with the normal moon cycles in a month, the ancients, of course, always knew how to use the energy, particularly with agriculture, like a time to plant or a time to harvest. And females in particular are very much attuned to the moon cycles and their own menstrual cycle. So the moon, as we know, also governs our tides on Earth, and so it's very much in tune. Sorry about the dogs barking. Very much in tune with humans and nature. And the progress chart is kind of no different, really, because what we can do is we can break down the natal chart, which is made up, as we know, of 360 degrees, into 8 phases following the moon phases in a normal 29-day cycle. So that means each phase, actually, if you divide 360 by 8, it's roughly 44 degrees. And so every 44 months, roughly, the moon moves through a new progress lunation phase. And just like with the timings for example, planting and harvesting, it can be applied to our lives. So, for example, in a new moon lunation phase in the progress chart, you would spend almost 4 years sowing the seeds of new ideas and putting things into action. For example, at the full moon, you would be reaping the benefits in that 44-month phase of the seeds you'd planted and what you'd grown and cultivated up to that point. So we have the different phases, and each one can show us exactly what we should be focusing on in that 44-month period, what it's the best time to use certain energies for in our lives. For example, in the last couple of phases, like the balsamic phase, the final phase, we really are winding down the old phase and bringing it to a close and starting to plant the seeds and of new ideas, ready for the whole new phase. So in a progressed chart reading, which I always include in my full readings for clients, we can actually use it partially as a predictive tool, but also to have a look at the lunation phase and to see exactly what the native should be putting into their lives, what kind of energy and effort, or the waning phases, when we're more in the phase of letting go, ready for the new. It's not not dissimilar to the Saturn cycles in our natal chart, which show us by moving through each of the 4 quadrants what we should be focusing on, whether it's self-development and new ideas, whether it's creativity and getting prepared, whether it's testing the waters and putting things out there and trying out our ideas and receiving feedback and making adjustments. And then the final quadrant, when Saturn moves through houses 10, 11 and 12, when we really are reaping the rewards of all our efforts. So it's very interesting to look at these cycles. Cycles are very much a part of astrology, but the progressed lunation phases can really show us the optimum time for making certain moves or putting certain energies out there, or perhaps even retreating within. So I hope that kind of explains the progressed lunation phases a little bit today. And progress chart's always worth taking note of. It kind of shows us our progression through life, in our soul plan, if you like, because although we're born with a natal chart, which is our soul plan, obviously we do have some free will on Earth, and so things can shift slightly, and it is up to us to actually embody and utilize our plan to its fullest. And the progress chart can often show us exactly where we are and be really quite useful. So thank you for watching, and look out for more videos soon. I'm thinking of doing a few more aspects, perhaps synastry aspects, and also possibly some more on the minor aspects that I didn't cover in my last video on aspects. So wishing you all a beautiful day wherever you are, and I hope you're all doing well. Remember, lots of self-care and self-love. See you soon. Thank you for watching.